As enjoyable as sports-related video games are, there will always be aspects of each game that users critique. It's difficult for developers to avoid harsh feedback, considering the large amount of gamers they cater to. However, these developers sometimes make questionable decisions that also open them up to a myriad of backlash. Take a look at EA Sports College Football 25, for example. Ahead of the game's July 19th release, EA disclosed their official team rankings, and Colorado football was placed as the nation's 16th best team. Per AJC Sports' Barrett Sallee, looking at how the Buffaloes fared last season, not many were convinced about the rating accuracy, and the posts on X told the whole story. As mentioned by one of the users, Colorado finished their 2023 campaign with a 4-8 overall record. This was mostly due to the latter part of the season, when the team suffered a losing streak to end their run. The Buffaloes actually started strong, winning their first 3 games against TCU, Nebraska, and Colorado State. Against the Cornhuskers, Deion Sanders' squad dominated to take home a 36-14 blowout victory. They would lose their first 2 in-conference matchups against Oregon and USC, but a bounce-back win over Arizona ensured afterward. That's when the landslide began. From a 4-2 record, Colorado lost 6 games in a row to conclude what was initially theorized to be a Cinderella run. All defeats were against Pac-12 opponents, as the Buffaloes settled for a 1-8 conference record to finish off the season. For Colorado fans, it was a full 180 turn of emotions, especially when one factors in all the preseason events that transpired. When Coach Prime was hired to take over, he brought in an exodus of transferring players, replacing nearly the entire 2022 roster. Among those entering the program were quarterback Shedeur Sanders and two-way star Travis Hunter, who both followed their coach from Jackson State all the way to Boulder. Of course, a new coach coupled with a whole new squad would somehow give hope to a fan base that just witnessed their school go on a 1-11 campaign the season before. While the 2023 results weren't desirable, it was still an improvement to the season before. Deion Sanders is now entering year 2 as coach, meaning that he's expected to produce much better results. On the bright side, that could possibly happen. Shedeur and Hunter are both returning, and Colorado football was able to snag transferees such as former Vanderbilt wideout Will Sheppard and ex-Arizona State defensive lineman B.J. Green. Sheppard led the Commodores in receiving yards, 684, last season, while Green was named to the second-team All-Pac 12 after tallying 11.5 tackles for loss and 6.0 sacks for the Sun Devils. Both headline yet another promising transfer portal batch, giving Colorado fans hope for a more fruitful year.